So, I'm going to be talking about my story Long Distance. And this one's, I guess, considered abandoned, but it's different than all my other stories that I abandoned because usually I abandon them because I don't have time to work on them, or their story's something that I don't really care for much anymore, or something that I wouldn't make where I am in life right now. But no, this is probably my only story that's so underdeveloped that I can't actually do anything with it. I came up with this story in 2014, and for the past 4 years, I couldn't come up with a single scenario to put them in. My mind just goes blank, and it's really weird considering that all my other stories are way too overly developed, and I can't even come up with one full chapter for this one. Like, Pepto has 21 chapters, and 2 weeks ago, I came up with a story, and in the same day, I came up with all of its chapters, and I can't do anything for this one that I've had for 4 years, which is very weird and frustrating. But I should start talking about the story instead of just complaining about my brain. So this is Glasman Perry, and she's very shy and sweet, and she's typically most comfortable when reserved to herself. She's spent a long time alone from other people, but when she comes back into civilization, pretty much, she's still too nervous to be out in public, so she just clings onto the internet. And on the internet, she meets Andy. And she and Andy become best friends over time. And they live pretty far from each other, but one day Andy says that she's moving nearby for an exchange student program, and she'd feel more comfortable if she had a roommate to show her around, but she doesn't really know anyone else in the area. So Glass decides to move in with her. But there is a bit of an issue. Glasmond is actually a ghost, and she died in 1908. And she spent the last 100 years wandering the forests and hanging out with animals instead of people, because that's what she prefers. So she doesn't really remember how to be a human exactly, and she's about to move in with someone who she needs to act like a human around, which she does not know how to do. So that's fun. And now, this is Andy, short for Andromeda, and she is an alien from a distant planet who's been doing foreign studies at school about Earth. And to pass her course, she needs to be amongst humans for at least a year to learn the culture. But the thing is, the aliens don't really know much about humans. All they know is what they learn from human sitcoms. So, just picture in your head right now, all of these aliens walking around their ship saying things like, "Oh, hello, Seinfeld. Quite a bazinga day we're having. You got it, dude." And thinking, yes, this is human culture. We did it. We blended in. So Andy goes to Earth, and she moves in with Glass, but she needs to act like a human around her, which she doesn't know how to do. So that's also fun. And it's pretty obvious to the humans around them that they're both not humans. But the fact that Glass is a ghost and Andy is an alien is what's stopping them from figuring each other out. Like, Andy's green, but ghosts are fully colorblind, so Glass can't even tell. And Glass is semi-transparent, but Andy has 6 eyes that she needs to cover with big sunglasses, so she can't really tell. And Glass was a human, so besides looking paler than usual, she looks human. And Glass hasn't actually taken a good look at a human in like a century, and she can't look at herself because she's the ghost. So looking at Andy, she's like, oh, I guess humans are just like that now. You know, with like very skinny, elongated waists and necks, and sharp teeth that are yellow. Well, I mean, humans can have yellow teeth and sharp teeth. And like, you know, just like that. And also when they mess up at being humans, the other person is too concerned about also acting like a human that they don't even second guess it. They're just like, oh, I guess this is something humans do now. That's fine. So like, it's stupid. It's so stupid and I love it. It's like every Thursday, Andy shoves her head in a turkey and dances around the room. And Glass is like, I guess that's a new human tradition. I guess we gotta do that now. And Glass, like, phases through things, and Andy's like, oh, I think there was a scene like that in Saved by the Bell. And their apartment is just two non-humans trying desperately to act like humans, but their bad influences are just making it worse and worse, and I love it. God, this video is gonna be so short because that's like all I have for them, which sucks because I love them and I just want to do more with them. Like, I adore this story. I adore this concept. I cannot come up with a single idea for what to do with them. And it's so frustrating. I thought of making just like a progressing story with them like I usually do. No ideas. Like, I only got like the first page down in my mind, and I can't do anything further than that. I thought of making a goofy little slice of life comic with them. No ideas. I thought about, I don't know, having this comic be like a suggestion-based comic where other people send me ideas and I draw them out how I think the situation would go down. But you know me, always confused as hell over copyright over things, so I don't know if I'd ever be able to publish anything like that, or if I'd like have to give people the rights to my story because they like came up with ideas. I like it whenever my stories are like wholly made by me, or like have a little bit of input from someone else, or like my little joint stories that I have with my friends. That's just like a little collab between two people. I just feel weird about if I'd make a story that's not wholly made by me. Over time, I'd probably get used to it, but I'm not used to it now, so I'm kind of weird about it now. But, if I ever come up with an idea that fits into the story, then I'll absolutely start working on it. But until then, this video's all I got. Thank you to my Patreons, I almost called you Tiny Bastard Art. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Tiny Bastion Art. And thank you, Carrie Clark, too. And also thank you, everyone else. Thanks for watching. I don't know. Love you, Booth. Which is short for Andromeda. Andromeda? Yes. Wow. Just fuck me, huh? Don't actually do that. You unlock that at my highest Patreon level. No. Edit all this out. Okay.